It is a it is a real challenge for us because the fact of the matter is, the idea of somehow not being able to provide assistance to Egypt right now when it's important for Egypt is a potential problem. On the other hand, to engage in these kinds of behaviors and think that there's no consequence for them is also a real problem.
So you don't think we should be cutting off military, what, 1.6 billion?
Yeah, I think we should. I think it's an unbelievable dilemma. I think we have to do everything we can to persuade the Egyptians to find a way out of this. And the way out of it is not to pursue these prosecutions, which is, indefensible, and is inconsistent with what they themselves say they want in terms of a transition to civilian leadership. Although it is interesting that the Muslim Brotherhood seems to be supporting the prosecutions, so it raises some questions about, what kinds of conversations are going on between the Muslim Brotherhood and the SCAF. Again, I'll conclude with one general thought. The one thing that I was getting at before is that, you're going to have to govern now. You're not going to be able to rule. You're going to have to deliver. You're going to have expectations. You're going to have demands. The Muslim Brotherhood themselves, I think, don't have an interest in seeing assistance cut off because they're going to find it much more difficult to deliver. They have an interest in demonstrating to the world that they'll live up to their international obligations. We have an interest. I was just in Europe last week, and I was speaking in a lot of different places there. The value of us creating a mantra that we repeat internationally, shouldn't just be us, that focuses on accountability standards, that then seeps into the bloodstream throughout the region, but certainly in Egypt. You have to have a space for continuing competition. You have to have elections that are repeatable. You have to have freedom of speech and assembly. You have to respect minority rights. You don't criminalize the private sector. We need to be repeating these standards because, in a sense, you'll find that the publics will then hold whoever is seeking to govern to those standards.
Mm-hmm. It's somewhat strange in this, put it in the context of the countries to whom we give the most assistance, whether it be Pakistan, Egypt, even Israel. We seem to have the toughest time having influence when we really need it.